Tucked away amid the hills of the Ohio Valley, you'll find the Queen City. Welcome to Cincinnati, Ohio. A stone's throw from several state lines, a drive through the city guarantees you'll check more than one state off your list as you navigate the roadways and the Ohio River. Downtown Cincy snuggles up close to the Ohio River and promises views for days. Whether you're savoring some barbecue at the Montgomery Inn overlooking the boats on the river, or partaking in one of America's greatest pastimes and cheering on the Reds at the ballpark, Cincinnati offers so much more than just a skyline to enjoy. Now, speaking of skyline, Cincinnati takes great pride in their well-known delicacy, skyline chili. While I'll be leaving that tradition for the locals, I'll be sure not to miss a scoop of yummy ice cream from Grader's, their well-known ice cream shop. Scattered throughout the city, you'll find church buildings, some repurposed, some still in use. These buildings give nod to the past and yet reiterate the challenges of the present, all the while giving emphasis to the need for people like Austin and his family.
Hi, I'm Amy Mathis.
And I'm Austin Mathis, and we are planting Grace Church in Cincinnati, Ohio. We got to Cincinnati. Amy and I both grew up in Cincinnati, and after moving away, moved back to plant Grace Church in the summer of 2021. When we moved out of Cincinnati, we never thought we would be back. We always kind of had this pull, we had this desire to come back, but we never thought we were. We actually originally thought we were going to plant a church in Pittsburgh. Maybe God's opening a door for us to go back home. And we came back and visited that April. April of 2021, came back and visited, and it was just very apparent that this is where God was sending us. And so, but what we did is we have a separate for-profit business that's completely owned by the church. I operate it throughout the week, and it's a co-working space. But then when we got here to Harrison and we found this space, the city told us no. This is a business retail district, and so they wouldn't allow a church to be in here because of zoning rules. And so that was discouraging to me for about 2 hours, and then I figured out we're gonna get around this somehow. And so started the business. The business is the occupant of the space, and just like any other tenant or worker or business would have a monthly membership to come in here and work and share an office, Grace Church actually pays a membership to its own subsidiary and reserves the space every Sunday, and that's how we meet in here. It's been the hardest and most rewarding and greatest thing that I've ever done is planting Grace. I tell people all the time that I don't want to be a pastor. I want to pastor Grace. This is where I want to be. When we got here in 2021, it was me and Amy and our son Easton, who's 12 now. So he was 9, 10 when we got here. We didn't have a team. We didn't come with anybody. And I remember praying in our kitchen in South Carolina that, God, we don't know who's going to be a part of our team. Even the people who are going to be a part of our team, they don't know it right now, but you do. Would you show them to us and make it clear when we get there?
As Austin began to see more and more needs in the greater Cincinnati area, he began to look for ways to impact more than just his community in West Cincinnati.
My name is Jared Davis Sr.
I'm Desiree.
And our story kind of began with me being in education. I took a job in Cincinnati and was kind of working in the school system for about 5 years once we moved. And then the Lord in 2022 kind of called me out of education to plant a church. We didn't really know where at that point, but the Lord wrestled on our hearts and we landed in Middletown, Ohio. So Pastor Austin, they are just a wonderful couple. Austin was looking for a church to support, and so we were blessed to receive some financial support from them within our first year of planting, and since then he's been like a brother in arms in ministry, and we've appreciated their prayers and their financial support because it's helped a whole lot. I would probably say the way we're making every day count first is just with our family, making sure that planting the church doesn't overtake us loving one another, supporting one another. And I'll probably say the other way that we're making every day count is by loving on our community. And we're doing that by way of supporting our teachers at our partner schools, trying to get involved with the pregnancy center in Middletown to let them know there's a church praying for them, by actively trying to support them. And then lastly, I'd probably say just celebrating the wins. In church planting, you get a lot of losses, but I think when you get an opportunity to celebrate the wins, even when it's just praying with somebody or being able to start a prayer group at a school, I think that's a great way to make every day count.
Jared's my dude, man. I like Jared a lot. Jared and Des, we've been happy to come alongside Jared. Actually, the first Sunday we launched, we started, we wanted church planting and multiplication to be in our DNA. 1% of our internal giving went to Jared and Restored Church. We wanted to support them. We still want to support them. Jared and Des are still going for it, and they've got some perseverance that I admire. When we bought our house 2 years ago, I remember the day we closed, we stood in the kitchen and we prayed as a family, and our prayer was, let this be a gospel outpost where we can reach our neighborhood. Let us be able to reach this neighborhood and the people around us. And actually just yesterday, our neighbors who live right across the street from us, they've been coming to church for several months now. Yesterday, the wife, she gave her life to Christ. They're both going to be baptized in several weeks and join the church. So to be able to see the outworking of that prayer happening, but then also how God has opened the doors for this business to be here. So we have people coming through our doors that I get to interact with every day throughout the week that generally would probably never come through our doors on a Sunday morning, but I get to meet them. They know I'm a pastor. They know a church meets here. And so that offers a lot of cool conversations. And then being up at the school where I get to be a strength and conditioning coach 5 days a week and work with baseball, football, basketball teams and athletes there. Just all these different intersections in our community where it's like every day there's something that we're doing where we're interacting with the people here outside of the capacity of them being a member of the church.
I think I would also add of reaching our neighbor. It's not necessarily just, people next to us in our house, but also we do a lot of outreach events, and our church has really embraced that. So it's whoever our neighbor is at that moment.
Just like Jesus walked with people, Austin and Jared are putting in mile after mile in their communities, doing life with people and walking with them through their best days and their struggles. They are making every day count. What about you?